page with the Orlando Sentinel and FM 96.9 The Game's Mike the Bulldog Bianchi.
On JRR.
Bulldog Sports Page brought to you by Kaufman and Lind Injury Attorneys. Jeff Kaufman will be here next hour for Law and Disorder. Remember, you can get your legal questions in via text at 22526. Just please keep them short. Bulldog, I know we got Overreaction Football Monday to get to. Should we do the non-football related items first, or what do you want to do here?
Yeah, let's do non-football first. There's no F1 desk today.
F1 desk is closed for several weeks, actually.
Mm-hmm. Although it is Max Verstappen's birthday today, so happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Max. Here's a little F1 for you.
What about the Orlando Pride? They remain unbeaten. They win 3-1. By the way, the crowd, 17,000 at the Purple Palace to watch the Pride, so they are still unbeaten. Orlando City, they also win over the weekend, 3-1. Facundo Torres ties Orlando City's all-time scoring record, so they clinched the playoffs, by the way. Orlando City, the Pride, have already clinched the playoffs. So good for them. NASCAR desk, Ross Chastain, the Watermelon Man, he wins, even though he's not a playoff driver. He won the race at Kansas Speedway over the weekend. My boy Kyle Larson, man, he got wrecked early and finished like in 26th place. So, the playoffs continue this week in Talladega. You know, that's going to be a wreck fest there. Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
So an interesting situation in Major League Baseball today, huh?
Well, the playoffs start today.
No, they don't. They don't. We've got a double header between the Mets and the Braves to determine the last of the playoff positions. Then the wild card series will begin tomorrow.
That's right. I read that. Yeah, the Mets and the Braves. That's going to be exciting, huh?
Yeah, if they split, they both make the playoffs.
Wow.
I like it.
All right, let's get to the National Football League. My Jaguars go down again. They're 0-4 now. C.J. Stroud and the Texans riddled the Jaguars. They won the game at the very end. 18 seconds left. C.J. Stroud throws the ball to a third-string running back whose name I can't pronounce, but they end up winning the game 24-20. The Texans do. Doug Peterson got snippy with the media afterwards, he was asked about his job status and play calling. So I wouldn't be surprised if Doug Peterson gets the axe this week, quite frankly.
Wow. I got to be honest. If somebody was to do that to any individual on the podium, they're going to get snippy. I don't blame him for getting snippy at all.
Well, I mean, he's got to expect those questions.
I know, but it's like, don't be surprised that he got snippy. That's a dick thing to ask.
When a coach starts protesting questions about his job status, that means he's worried about his job status.
Of course. Of course.
Tampa Bay blows out Philadelphia. Baker Mayfield throws for 347 yards, counts for 3 touchdowns. The Bucs sacked Jalen Hurts 6 times yesterday, so the Bucs go to 3-1. Big controversy though. Tom Brady made his return to Tampa yesterday. He was part of the Fox television broadcast crew. Baker Mayfield early in the week went on a podcast and said when he took over as the Bucs quarterback from Brady that he needed to bring joy back to the Bucs locker room because Brady created a stressful environment his last season. Well, Brady responded yesterday on the air. He said essentially, I thought a stressful environment was not winning any Super Bowls.
Wow.
So he takes a little shot at Baker Mayfield there. So, Baker Mayfield, don't take on the GOAT, okay? That's my advice to you. Don't take on the GOAT. When you win 7 Super Bowl rings, then you can criticize Tom Brady.
Are you ready for the Tyler Huntley era to begin in Miami tonight?
Yeah, tonight it begins. Tyler Huntley, I'll tell you what, I would trust him over Skylar Thompson or even the great Tim Boyle. So we'll see what happens with the Dolphins.
Almighty. Oh, man.
I still like, who was it who suggested Tyreek Hill? Was it Taco Bob?
Yes.
Tyreek Hill.
I'm telling you.
Quarterback
just run the Wildcat.
All
every
day
game,
long, dude. He's your new Taysom Hill.
Who went out hurt
Taysom
yesterday,
Hill
by the way.
Yeah, he got hurt yesterday.
How about
other NFL games yesterday? What about Derrick Henry? 199 yards, had an 87-yard touchdown. The Ravens throttled the Bills yesterday. See, the Falcons didn't even score. Falcons, did they score a touchdown yet? Yeah, they had to score a touchdown yesterday.
Oh,
it was
look,
20,
it was not
but
good.
Young-Hoo Kim kicked the 58-yard field goal at the end. I think he was responsible for 4 field goals yesterday. So the Falcons beat the Saints. What about the Washington Commanders, man? 42-14. They have 3 wins now. Jaden Daniels, the Heisman Trophy winner from LSU last year, he's been unbelievable. Your boy Travis Kelce finally got in on the action yesterday.
Hey, can we back up to the Washington game for a second, which was in Arizona? Bulldog, yeah. I don't know if you caught it at the end, but there's a ton of Washington fans there in Arizona. At one point, it was audible via the broadcast chanting, "Let's go Redskins." Yeah. In Arizona.
Well, Arizona is sort of like the state of Florida. There's a lot of transplants out there, so there's always opposing fans.
Hey, to answer your Falcons question, 26-24 was Falcons score.
Yeah. The Chiefs, 17-10 over the Chargers. Travis Kelce had 7 catches in that game. It's about time he got involved. And again, the Vikings and Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, you want to talk about a resurrection project. The Vikings are now 4-0. They beat the Packers 31-29 yesterday. What about the Jets? Oh, God. 10-9. They lose to the Broncos yesterday. Aaron Rodgers is banged up. Man, this Aaron Rodgers experiment not working with the Jets.
Hey, meanwhile, in Indianapolis, Joe Flacco can't be stopped.
Oh, yeah.
Joe Flacco, Anthony Richardson, big shot, goes out with an injury. And, yeah, Joe Flacco comes in, throws 2 touchdown passes, leads the Colts over the Steelers 27-24. So, college football, Lynch, what about your UCF Knights? You were at the game on Saturday.
As were you.
Big party. I was. But I wasn't among the fans partying at the Big 12 noon kickoff, which had the biggest crowd ever for that pregame show, and then the Knights just lay an egg.
Dude, it was going to script, too, as they get the opening drive interception on Sanders, drive it all the way down the field, only to cough it up, and you could just feel it come out of the stadium. You're like, oh, man.
Took the bounce out of the house.
That really would have been just set the tone to hopefully, and it was not to be. Unreal.
Yeah, it was incredible. Yeah, that was a big, big loss for UCF. Hopefully, we'll see if they can recover this week. They have the Gators at the Swamp. That now becomes a big game for both teams, looking to gain some momentum heading into the rest of the season. Florida State, they get absolutely annihilated by SMU. They're 1-4 now. Probably should be 0-5. They were lucky to win that game last week against Cal. I don't know what they're going to do. DJ Uyunglele was benched for Florida State. He threw 3 interceptions in that game, including a pick 6 that sort of clinched the game for SMU. And what about Miami on Friday night?
Dude,
just able to slide by Virginia Tech
I am not
on a Hail Mary that was reversed.
I am not kidding you guys. I thought I was going to have to go to the hospital during those 6 minutes of that review.
That's scary.
I don't know why they called it a touchdown to begin with.
Yeah, the next day, once everybody got a chance to really look at it, they got the call in the end right that they overturned it. But yeah, it probably shouldn't have been called a touchdown to begin with, as you say there.
Right. So, and
Alabama, Georgia.
God, Alabama was way up 28-0. Georgia comes storming back, ties the game, and then Alabama late in the game. That freshman receiver for Alabama catches a 75-yard touchdown pass. Ryan Williams, he does a spin move that just leaves Georgia in the dust, and Alabama ends up winning that game after blowing a 28-point lead and ending Georgia's 42-game regular season winning streak.
Unreal. Plenty more to talk about with the Bulldog, Mike Bianchi. You'll find him over on AM 740 and FM 96.9 The Game on this Overreaction Football Monday. Thank you for taking the time during your show to join us for the sports page here on JRR, brought to you by Kaufman and Lind.
You can listen to Attorney Jeff Kaufman every Saturday morning, his radio show Under Oath on FM 96.9 The Game. You can catch extended versions on your favorite streaming platform. Oh, oh.
Lynch and Taco.